Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought to yourself, when did I get so small? Not just in size, but in strength. In power. In presence. You reach for something on the top shelf, or try to carry a bag of groceries, and suddenly, it feels like you're lifting bricks. Things that used to feel easy, now feel like a workout. And it's not just your muscles. It's your confidence. You start second-guessing yourself. Can I carry this? Will I trip? Should I even be doing this alone? If that hits close to home, you're not alone. Because here's the truth a lot of people don't say out loud: for men over 60, muscle loss is real, and it sneaks up quietly. One day you're strong and capable, the next, you're wondering why standing up from a chair feels like a chore. But here's something most people don't tell you: you can fight back. Not with expensive supplements. Not with some celebrity workout plan. But with real, everyday food. Nature's medicine. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 powerful fruits that help your body rebuild muscle and fight off further muscle loss. These aren't exotic, hard-to-find superfoods either. They're simple, natural, and chances are, you've already passed them by in the grocery store without even realizing their power. And I'll tell you this, the last fruit on the list. Most people overlook it. But it might just be the most important one for men over 60 who want to stay strong, independent, and full of life. So don't click away, because by the end of this video, you'll walk away with something more valuable than just a grocery list. You'll have a plan. A real path forward. A reason to believe you can still take control of your health. And if you're ready to do that, if you're ready to feel strong again, drop a comment below that says, "Stronger at 60 plus, let's start a conversation about reclaiming your strength, together." And hey, this channel, Senior Care HQ, is here for you. Subscribe if you care about staying active, healthy, and living on your own terms, because your best years, they're not behind you. They're right here. Let's get into it. Let me tell you about Joe. Joe's a retired firefighter. Spent his whole life running into danger while everyone else was running out. He was strong. Tough. Reliable. But now, just a few steps up the stairs would leave him out of breath. His legs felt shaky. His body slower to respond. He shrugged it off at first. Just getting older, he said. But deep down, it bothered him. The man who once carried people to safety, now had to grip the railing just to feel steady. When Joe finally mentioned it to his doctor, he heard a word he'd never paid much attention to before: sarcopenia. It's a natural part of aging, they said, age-related muscle loss. Natural, yes. But not something you have to just accept. His doctor made a simple suggestion. Not a medication. Not a complicated routine. Just blueberries. So, Joe gave it a shot. A small bowl every morning. Nothing fancy. Just a few minutes of mindfulness with his breakfast. And something started to shift. Now, I'm not saying blueberries are a miracle cure. But what they are, is powerful. Blueberries are packed with antioxidants and polyphenol, natural compounds that help reduce inflammation in the body. And here's why that matters: chronic inflammation accelerates muscle breakdown. It's like a slow burn, wearing you down over time. But when you calm that inflammation, your body can start to heal. Muscle fibers recover faster. Strength returns more easily. And even better, those little berries may help support coordination, memory, and heart health too. Now here's the thing. A lot of people in their 60s and beyond avoid fruit. They think, oh, it's too much sugar, or, fruit's not for people watching their health. But that's a myth, at least when it comes to blueberries. They have a low glycemic index, which means they don't spike your blood sugar the way processed sweets do. And the nutrients they deliver far outweigh any sugar content. You're not eating candy. You're feeding your muscles, your brain, your heart. So what can you do? Add half a cup of blueberries to your breakfast. Sprinkle them over oatmeal. Mix them into a protein smoothie. Or just enjoy them by the handful, slow, simple, and satisfying. You'd be amazed how something so small can make such a big difference over time. And that's just the beginning. Because while antioxidants are important, your muscles also need fuel. Energy. Electrolytes. Real nourishment. So now, let's talk about the tropical powerhouse that does exactly that. Stick with me. You probably already love it, but you may not realize how much it's helping you stay strong. Let me tell you about Mark. Mark's 68. He used to be a runner back in the day. Local races, early morning jogs, all of it. But in recent years, things started to change. Not just slower times, but something more frustrating. Night cramps. Sharp, sudden, painful spasms in his calves that would wake him out of a deep sleep. He stretched, drank more water, even cut back on caffeine. Nothing seemed to help. Until someone mentioned something so simple, it almost sounded silly. Have you tried eating bananas again? Mark had stopped eating them years ago. Worried about sugar, or carbs, or just hearing too much conflicting advice. But desperate for relief, he gave it a shot. One banana a day, usually in the morning. And within just a week or two, the cramps started easing up. His legs felt steadier. His sleep deeper. He didn't change much else, but that one fruit made a real difference. So why do bananas matter? Because they're not just soft, yellow snacks. They're nutritional powerhouses, especially for aging muscles. Bananas are rich in potassium and magnesium, two minerals that are essential for muscle function, contraction, and hydration. And as we get older, our bodies aren't as efficient at absorbing or holding on to these minerals. That means even a mild deficiency can lead to muscle fatigue, weakness, or those awful nighttime cramps. Now, here's where a lot of folks get it wrong: they avoid bananas because of the carbs. There's this idea floating around that if you're older, you should cut carbs as low as possible. But the truth is, carbs are fuel. And for your muscles to repair, grow, and function properly, you need that fuel. Bananas offer it in a gentle, natural, easy-to-digest form. So what's the best way to enjoy them? Eat one before or after light resistance training. Maybe before your morning walk. Or after some gentle strength exercises. Pair it with Greek yogurt or a handful of almonds. And you've just created a muscle-friendly snack packed with protein, healthy fat, and slow-burning energy. Simple. Affordable. Effective. Mark didn't need a prescription. He didn't need a supplement aisle full of pills. He just needed a banana. And remember, muscles don't just need movement. They need minerals. They need energy. And they need you to feed them well. Now, we've covered blueberries for recovery. We've talked about bananas for strength and hydration. But what about a fruit that's both ancient and modern, something that supports not just your muscles, but your entire recovery system? Let's move on to the citrus ally that's probably already sitting in your fruit bowl. But you may not know how powerful it really is. Let's talk about Carlos. He's 72. A retired teacher, quiet and observant. Still walks his dog every morning, still enjoys Sunday chess with his grandson. But something started bothering him: bruises. Little ones at first. On his arms, his legs. And fatigue. Not exhaustion, just a kind of lingering tiredness that seemed to settle into his bones. He didn't fall. He didn't bump into anything. But his skin felt thinner. His body, slower to bounce back. His nutritionist took one look at his food journal and said, "Carlos, you're not getting nearly enough vitamin C. So, Carlos made one simple change. He started eating an orange every morning. Some days he squeezed it into juice. Other days, he just peeled it and ate it slowly while watching the birds from his porch. And over time, those bruises, less frequent. That tiredness, lighter. His body began to feel more resilient. Here's why oranges matter, especially as you get older. Vitamin C isn't just for cold season. It's essential for something much deeper, collagen production. Collagen is the connective glue that holds your muscles, tendons, and ligaments together. Without enough of it, recovery slows down. Muscles weaken faster. And yes, bruising becomes more common, because the capillaries under your skin aren't as well supported. But there's more. Oranges also help your body absorb iron, especially from plant-based sources like beans, spinach, or whole grains. And iron? That's a key ingredient for energy. Without enough of it, your red blood cells struggle to deliver oxygen to your muscles, leaving you feeling sluggish, even after a good night's sleep. So that simple orange. It's not just sweet. It's strengthening your infrastructure from the inside out. Now, I know what some folks think, vitamin C. That's just for colds. But that's a narrow view. Vitamin C plays a role in almost every tissue repair process in your body. If you want to stay active, independent, and resilient, it belongs in your daily routine. So how do you get it? Try drinking fresh squeezed orange juice after a walk or light workout. Not from concentrate. Not with added sugar. The real stuff. It'll hydrate you, replenish lost electrolytes, and deliver the nutrients your muscles crave to recover properly. Or, just peel one and eat it whole. Simple, satisfying, and far more powerful than most people realize. You see, rebuilding strength isn't always about pushing harder. Sometimes, it's about feeding your body the right tools to repair itself. And speaking of tools, there's one fruit that works almost like a natural supplement for how your body processes protein. A fruit that's rich, creamy, and often misunderstood. But if you're serious about muscle health, this one belongs on your plate. Let's talk about avocados. Let's talk about Ron. Ron is 66. Spent most of his life working behind a desk, raising kids, paying bills, putting everyone else first. And like many men his age, he reached a point where his energy was running low. His morning walks started feeling like chores. He'd come home tired, not refreshed. Then one day, over breakfast with his daughter, she handed him a slice of toast. Nothing fancy, just mashed avocado, a sprinkle of pepper, and a drizzle of olive oil. He didn't think much of it at the time. But he liked the taste. So he swapped his usual butter and jam for that green spread. And something changed. A week in, his walks started getting longer. His legs didn't feel as heavy. He felt a little lighter on his feet, a little more awake. Now, here's why that happened. Avocados are more than just trendy, they're packed with nutrition that's especially powerful for men over 60. They're full of healthy fats, especially monounsaturated fats that support heart health and reduce inflammation. But more importantly for muscle, avocados provide potassium, B vitamins, and compounds that help your body use the protein you eat more effectively. That means if you're eating lean meat, eggs, or plant-based protein, but not absorbing or converting it well, avocados help bridge that gap. They support muscle protein synthesis, the body's way of turning nutrients into strength. And at this age, efficiency matters. Now let's talk about something that trips people up. Fat. We've spent years being told that fat is the enemy. And for some types, like trans fats or heavily processed oils, that's true. But the fat in avocados? That's the kind your body thrives on. It helps you maintain lean muscle, support joint flexibility, and even keep your cholesterol in check. It's not just, okay, fat, it's smart fat. So how do you work it into your routine? Start simple. Swap butter or mayo for mashed avocado on toast, sandwiches, or wraps. Add it to a salad with dark leafy greens, or blend a slice into your smoothie for creaminess without dairy. No need to go overboard. Half an avocado a day can deliver real benefits, without feeling like a diet or a chore. Ron didn't go on a crash diet. He just made one smart switch. And it gave him the energy to keep doing what he loves, walking, moving, staying sharp. And now, we're down to our final fruit. It's not flashy. You probably don't hear about it on wellness blogs. But scientists are paying attention. Because this fruit may be one of the most underestimated tools in the fight against age-related muscle loss. Let's talk about tart cherries. And why they might be the secret weapon your muscles have been waiting for. Now, let me introduce you to Peter. Peter is 74. Spent years working with his hands, building, fixing, staying active. Even in retirement, he stayed moving. Kept his yard in shape. Walked every morning. Stayed sharp. But one day, while stepping off a curb he'd stepped off 100 times before, he lost his balance. It wasn't a serious fall, but it shook him. He didn't break anything, thankfully. But the soreness? It lingered. His muscles ached for days. And worse? He wasn't sleeping well. Tossing. Turning. Waking up stiff and unrest. That's when his physical therapist mentioned something he hadn't heard before, tart cherry juice. Skeptical but willing, Peter gave it a try. A small glass in the evening. Just part of his wind-down routine. And slowly, things changed. His soreness faded faster. His legs felt less tight in the mornings. And the real surprise? He started sleeping like he used to. Deep. Peaceful. Restful. So what's going on here? Tart cherries, especially the Montmorency variety, are rich in anthocyanins, which are powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in muscle tissue. If you've ever felt achy after a walk, or struggled to recover after even light exercise, that inflammation may be part of the problem. But that's only half the story. Tart cherries also help your body produce more melatonin, a hormone essential for deep, restorative sleep. And here's something many people forget: your muscles don't grow while you're exercising. They grow, heal, and repair during sleep. So if your sleep is shallow, restless, or cut short, your recovery is compromised. Now, here's why most people miss out. Tart cherries aren't as common as apples or bananas. You don't usually see them front and center in the produce aisle. But ounce for ounce, they may offer more muscle-supporting power than any fruit we've covered so far. So how do you work them into your life? Look for unsweetened tart cherry juice, just a small glass in the evening is enough. Or try dried tart cherries, a handful before bed or after dinner can do wonders. The key is consistency. Give your body what it needs before it breaks down. Peter didn't start lifting weights or running marathons. He just supported his body the way it deserved to be supported. And now, he wakes up feeling like himself again. Steady. Rested. Ready. You see, strength isn't always about lifting heavier or pushing harder. Sometimes, it's about listening to your body, and giving it what it quietly asks for. So now we've talked about all 5. Blueberries. Bananas. Oranges. Avocados. Tart cherries. But before we wrap this up, let's bring it all together, because this next part, this is where it all clicks. Let's be honest for a moment. Losing muscle, it's not just physical. It's emotional. It's looking in the mirror and feeling like a version of yourself is slipping away. Not overnight, but little by little. It's reaching for something you used to lift without thinking, and feeling doubt. It's noticing that getting out of a chair takes more effort. Or that your legs feel unsteady for no clear reason. And the hardest part? It feels invisible. Like no one else notices what you're going through. Like maybe this is just normal for getting older. But here's the truth, you're not weak. You're not lazy. And you're definitely not alone. This isn't about vanity. This is about freedom. Being able to walk without fear. Being able to play with your grandkids. Being able to choose how you live each day, instead of letting your body make the decisions for you. And here's the good news. You are not powerless. You're not stuck. And it is not too late. With a little knowledge, and small, consistent actions, you can start rebuilding what time has slowly taken away. I'm not talking about going to the gym 7 days a week. Or chasing some extreme diet. I'm talking about something simple. Something natural. Something you can start today. One fruit. That's all. Pick one from the 5 we've talked about. Blueberries. Bananas. Oranges. Avocados. Tart cherries. Add just one of them to your day. To your breakfast. Your walk. Your evening routine. Let that single change be the first brick in rebuilding your strength. Because each bite, it's not just food. It's fuel. It's self-respect. It's a quiet promise to yourself that you're not giving up. And listen, this isn't a straight path. There'll be good days and harder ones. But if you stay steady, you will feel it. Your balance will improve. Your energy will return. And one day, you'll look back and realize. You took control. You said, I want more life in these years. And you meant it. Because you're not too old. You're not too far gone. And you're not doing this alone. At Senior Care HQ, we're here to walk with you, every step of the way. With encouragement. With real tools. With compassion. This journey to strength, to independence, to feeling like you again, it's not behind you. It's ahead of you. And it starts now. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned today. We've talked about 5 powerful fruits, each one chosen with care because it supports you right where it matters most. Blueberries. Packed with antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and speed up muscle recovery. Bananas, a natural source of potassium and magnesium, perfect for preventing cramps and keeping your muscles hydrated and responsive. Oranges, rich in vitamin C, vital for tissue repair and absorbing the iron that keeps your energy up. Avocados, filled with healthy fats and nutrients that help your body absorb and use the protein you eat, turning it into real strength. And finally, tart cherries. The unsung hero that fights soreness, supports deeper sleep, and gives your muscles the rest they need to recover. Each one brings something unique to the table. Each one can help you fight muscle loss, rebuild strength, and feel more like yourself again. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these fruits are already part of your routine? Are there any you've been meaning to try, or maybe one that's helped you in ways you didn't expect? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Even one sentence. Because someone else might read your story, and realize they're not alone. We're not just a channel. We're a community. And together, we're stronger. Now, if you found this video helpful, if it sparked something in you, or made you think, yeah, I can do this, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And consider subscribing to Senior Care HQ. This is where we talk about what really matters: strength, independence, dignity, aging with clarity and purpose. So if that sounds like something worth being a part of, we'd love to have you with us. Thank you, truly, for spending your time here today. Your health, your strength, your story, they all matter. Stay strong. Stay curious. And above all, remember this: it is never too late to take care of the body that's carried you this far. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, take care of yourself. You're worth it.